So why is the Tamron 18 to 300 millimeter the only lens that you need? Well, 18 to 300 is quite the range, first of all. And what this does for you as a, an entry-level amateur, whatever photographer, is that it gives you a very wide angle with the 18 millimeter and a incredible zoom with the 300 millimeter. Now, 300 millimeter is really good for outdoor shooting. It's really great for sports and action photography. And while it is a little big on this camera, this is the Sony ZV-E10. While it is a little big on this thing, I want you to consider this. The kit lens, or the standard base lens that comes with this camera, and most cameras, they start at about the 15 millimeter mark, and they go up to about a 50 millimeter zoom. Now, obviously, this has got 50 on there because it goes from 18 to 300. You can talk about the f-stop rating. That's a little bit too advanced for the sake of this video, but with this lens, instead of getting one with the kit lens, and I knew that I was going to get this lens to replace the kit lens, or the lens that comes with the base camera, I knew, because not only did it handle the low end just like the kit lens does, but it'll also handle the super zoomed in ranges that that I'm going to be doing for my kids' football games and all of that. And it's a 67 millimeter exit, as it were, so I have a UV filter on there. Now, some of the downsides of this lens: obviously, it's a lot larger than a kit lens, so it kind of does away with the lower profile look that some of the smaller Sony cameras have. And while it is great at, some of those up close and then super far away shots, it is not a specialist. You'll need something a little bit more specific if you're wanting to do, dedicated portrait photography, or, landscapes, or it really just depends on what your goal is. But instead of having to buy 2, 3, 4 lenses as a beginner, you can just get this one lens and it'll cover every style of photography that you could want to use, both photography and videography. And you don't need to carry a huge backpack full of stuff. Eventually, as your photography career grows, then you can definitely add in different lenses. This lens will retain its value forever. You'll be able to use it on any other Sony mirrorless camera that has the same mount pattern. And if it doesn't, you could definitely just get an adapter. So I would highly recommend this as the one lens that you keep with you at all times as a newer photographer. And even at the higher ends of specialization, you're going to find a lot of use out of this thing. I'm going to be putting a lot of miles on this lens.